Oh, I got you, yeah.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks, everybody, for joining us for our afternoon session. We've got Ryan Locthe leading us off here, and we will go ahead and open it up to questions. Just raise your hand and let us know your name and affiliation.
Beth Harris, AP. Hey, Ryan. Just kind of give us an update. You had the knee surgery. You've been kind of up and down and here and there. And how's your knee doing coming into this meet? And what are your expectations for yourself?
My knee's been hurting a lot lately, and I think I'm going to pull out of nationals and just call it an end of the year. No, just joking. I knew I was going to get that question. You know what? My knee's been doing really good. I think the biggest thing this year was just staying focused and doing my rehab and just getting my knee stronger. And, it's back to 100%. I feel like I'm doing everything that I could do before the knee surgery. So I'm in a good place right now.
Ryan, would you have competed in Mesa if Phelps had not made his comeback there?
Yeah, of course.
So you didn't come back too early and re-injure it that way?
No, before Mesa, I was actually in 100%. I was fine. I was doing everything, doing breaststroke, swimming fast. And then during the last day, I kind of tweaked my knee again. And I found out that I re-tore my knee. So it kind of set me back. That's why I didn't swim the last day of that meet.
Brian, when that whole thing first happened, we heard the story about the fan and was kind of coming at you and you grab her and all that. Does she have any idea what was the result of that whole thing?
I'm sure she knew just because it was on social media, like everywhere. But I haven't heard from whoever it was. I don't remember. So I think she's in hiding.
Hey, Ryan, it seemed like a few years ago that you always seemed like you had an idea that Michael was going to come back out of retirement. When that subject was brought up to you, you kind of would always smile and you kind of would say, "We'll see." What was your instincts then, and what have you thought about his comeback?
I think I was the first one that said he was going to come back, and I knew it just because once you have that competitive edge, you don't lose it. And I think he missed it. He missed getting up on those blocks and that excitement of racing the people next to you. I think he missed that, and that's why he came back. But I knew right when he said he was going to retire at the Olympic Games, I knew right then he's going to be back sooner than most people think. And I was right. And I'm glad he's back. It's definitely good for the sport, and it helps me out too, just because we push each other. Every time we go on the blocks, we never want to lose. We always want to win, and whether it's racing against him or anyone else in this world, we want to go up there and win. And, he's one of the best in swimming, and I always like a challenge, so I'm glad he's back.
Which of your strokes is feeling the best right now? And maybe in a similar vein, which event are you most excited to swim this week?
I don't know. I have no idea what stroke is feeling my best right now. And I don't know what event I'm looking the most forward to. I think I'm going to take each race at a time, and just that excitement of getting on those blocks and racing the people next to me. My first race is the 100 free, so after that we'll see how it goes, and then just hopefully keep the ball rolling.
Hey Ryan, last time we talked, you seemed concerned about your knee, especially for swimming IM this summer, swimming breaststroke. When did you realize that it would be good to go for the 200 IM?
I had no idea. The doctors and everything, they said they had no idea too. They said I should be in like a science book because the way I recovered so quickly, they're in shock. I mean, I'm supposed to be just getting back in the water like a couple weeks ago, but I've been in the water for almost 2 months now. So I healed up really quick. I mean, I just did everything perfect outside the pool, and it helped me recover a lot faster. And now I have no worries about doing breaststroke in the IM or anything like that.
And speaking of, what events are you swimming this week? Do you know, or is it just going to be a day-by-day thing?
I think I'm entered in pretty much everything.
As usual.
I can tell you I'm not going to swim the mile. I know that for sure. But, you know, it's up to my coach, David Marsh. Whatever he says during that day, I'll swim it. I like that just because, I mean, I don't have to keep my mind set on one event. Whatever he says, I'll get up there and race and give it my all.
You have enough events you're really good at. How much did you think about maybe just not swimming the IM this summer to give your knees a rest?
I thought about it, especially when I was out of the water doing rehab. I thought about, well, maybe I should just not do the IM, stay away from it and let my knees heal. But, you know, that's not me. If you guys know me, that's definitely not the case. I can't wait till I get back on my skateboard and start skateboarding again or surfing. So, I mean, if I feel like I'm ready, I'm ready. And right now I feel like I'm ready. So I'm excited to do the IM. I don't know what one. You guys will just have to wait and see which one I do.
Nick Siccardi, NBC Sports. Ryan, a lot was made going into the London Olympics about, you know, who's the world's best swimmer, you and Michael, and the rivalry. How do you feel after the knee and everything, as far as, do you still feel like the same ultra-confident guy, possibly the best swimmer in the world now after going through what you've gone through in the last 9 months or so, or do you feel like you have a little bit more left to prove now?
I never feel like I have to prove anything. I mean, that's up to the media. Like, that's what you guys do. Like, you guys put that in our heads. But for me, honestly, I go out there and I just race and have fun. That's what I love to do. And I don't care about who's the best in the world. I mean, of course I want to be the best, and I always love a challenge. So I'll go up on those blocks and race anyone in any event. But in my eyes, I don't think I'm the best. I want to be the best. I'm going to train every day and try to get there. But, you know, after 2012, it happened. It's in the past. I got to take each day at a time and look in the future. I can't keep dwelling on the past no matter what the outcome was. So we'll see what happens.
Hey, Ryan, you know, going into 2012, you were, you know, training in Florida. Now you're, you know, got a different training camp, new coaches. Why did you make the change, and what's it been like for you, you know, training with North Carolina, right?
You know, it's like night and day. In Florida, you train a lot of yardage, and you know, my body. I've been in at University of Florida training under Greg Troy for almost 12 years. I mean, that's where my swimming career started, and I mean, I love that place. Still think in my eyes that Greg Troy is the world's best coach. But, you know, I was getting older, and my body was getting older, so I couldn't do all the yardage that I used to when I was young. So now it was up to me to make a change in my swimming career, and I wanted to start doing more sprint events. And from just being at University of Florida, and when David was at Auburn, like, we always bumped heads, and I knew what he was capable of doing because I've seen it with the Auburn sprint program that he did there. So, I mean, it was no-brainer that I wanted to go to SwimMac and train under David. And it helps that one of my best friends is training there too, Colin Jones. So.
Hi, Ryan. Eve of Even Candace of social media. There always seems to be a narrative around you of doubters. Like last year, you were filming your television show. You go into Barcelona and swim 3 events in one day and are successful. And this year, you've had everything happening with your knee. People are like, he's getting older. He's very social. Has these other interests. Do you find that frustrating that there sometimes is an element of you not being taken seriously, maybe?
I mean, what you guys think. To me, it goes through one ear out the other. I don't pay attention to it, and I can't, or else I'd probably quit swimming a long time ago. But I mean, I feel like there's always a bump in the road for me. It's never a smooth path. But I always prepare myself for the worst, and I think this year has been the hardest year I've ever had in my entire life. Just knee surgery, just tearing my knee like left and right. Being out of the water for so long. This is the longest time I've ever been out of the water in a whole year. And, there was doubts in my head in the beginning, in the fall, and just a couple months ago of whether should I just stop now? I mean, I'm getting older. My body's not getting younger. I'm falling apart. So there was a lot of doubt of ever being the same swimmer, but everything happens for a reason. And maybe this is a blessing in disguise. Maybe this is what I needed. Maybe this is what the rest I needed going into 2016 Rio. So, I'm gonna take what I can get. I'm gonna go out there, give it my all, and hope for the best.
If Michael hadn't come back right around that time, would it have been easier for you to make that decision to just give it up?
No way. I mean, I like racing against Michael, but he doesn't affect how I train or how I swim. I know, it's up to me. I'm swimming because I want to swim and I love it. I'm happy swimming and it's fun. I knew he was going to come back. I didn't know when, but for me, it was just about me. I'm not really worried about any other swimmer. I'm focusing on me and what I have to do to be the best I can.
What was the most significant factor in getting from the point where you felt like your body's getting old and maybe it's time to give it up to loving the sport again?
It was actually in the fall when I first tore my knee. I was out of the water for like 3 or 4 months, and I just got to the point where I was like, I'm doing everything I can, like outside the pool, doing rehab every day, doing weights to make it even stronger, and I wasn't in the pool at all. And I was like, I've got a couple gold medals. I guess I can be satisfied with that. And then, I turned to my family, and I think that's what I always do. No matter what in my life, I turn to my family, and they helped me. They've been there through the thick and thin, and they helped me get back in that water. And, I still have a lot more goals in the sport of swimming that I want to accomplish. And, they're probably one of the reasons why I'm back in the water. And, I found as you get older, you have to find different ways to make swimming fun again. And I think I found it. Yeah, go ahead. It's definitely one of the things I want to do. I want to become more powerful. I want to become more of a sprint-oriented swimmer, and that's why I moved to Charlotte. And I'm still learning. David's teaching me things that I never even thought about. And I mean, I can't say much about this year because I've just been out of the water so much. But the times that I've been in the water, I've learned so much. I've changed my strokes, all my strokes pretty much. And I think I got to trust him, and I do. I trust him and his program and what he's capable of doing to other swimmers. So I'm going to trust him, and, I can't expect best times, even though I would love me going best times in every race I do, but I can't. It's going to take time, and I know when the big picture, when it happens, it's going to happen. I don't know when, but we'll see. Thank you.